Hello, dear friends, and welcome to my channel, Erica. My name is Erica, and I'm so happy you're here with me today. Take a deep breath, relax your shoulders, and just listen to my voice. Today, we're going to talk about something that seems simple, but it's truly a beautiful skill in English, talking about your day. Everyone lives a story each day. Some days are quiet, some are busy, and some are a mix of both. But when you can describe your day in English clearly, emotionally, and naturally, you start to feel confident, fluent, and alive in this language. So let's walk through an ordinary day together, from the moment we wake up until the moment we go to bed. Along the way, I'll show you how to turn normal words into small pieces of poetry. Let's begin. The alarm rings. You know that sound, the one that tells you it's time to leave your dreams behind. You can say, I woke up at 7, or I got up early because I had a busy day ahead. But if you want to sound real, try saying something like, I opened my eyes slowly and watched the sunlight touch my wall. Or, I didn't want to leave the bed, but my to-do list said otherwise. You see, English is not only about grammar, it's about painting moments with words. When I talk about my mornings, I often say, I woke up, stretched my arms, and smiled at the smell of fresh coffee from the kitchen. That's not just language, that's feeling. Maybe your morning starts differently. Maybe you say, I overslept, which means you woke up later than planned. Or, I snoozed my alarm 5 times. That's real life. You can describe your actions too. I brushed my teeth, took a shower, and got dressed. But don't stop there. Add emotion. I took a refreshing shower and felt more awake. Or I got dressed quickly because I didn't want to be late. If you have breakfast, tell me about it. Was it peaceful or rushed? You can say, I made a cup of coffee and some toast. Or I had breakfast with my family and talked about our plans. Sometimes I just say, I skipped breakfast because mornings move too fast. But even then, that's a story. English gives you the power to make every small thing meaningful. After breakfast comes the journey, the part where life starts running. You can say, I went to work, I went to school, or I stayed home to study. But again, don't stop at verbs. Add color. I took the bus to work and watched people through the window. Or I drove to school while listening to my favorite song. Here's a tip. Connect your feelings with your actions. You can say, I felt sleepy on the train, but the cool morning breeze woke me up. Or I felt excited to start my new project. Once you arrive, your day becomes a story of work, study, or creativity. Say, I started my day by checking emails. Or I prepared my lessons for class. You can also use phrases like, I attended a meeting, I had a phone call with a client, or I worked on a new design. But if your day was stressful, it's okay to admit it. Today was hectic, or I had too many tasks. You can even say, I felt overwhelmed, but I managed to stay calm. Honesty is power. You don't need perfect days. You just need real words. And when something goes right, celebrate it. I finished my project on time. My boss said my report was excellent. I helped a friend and felt proud. These sentences are more than English. They're self-respect in sound. Then, of course, comes lunch, the pause in the day. You can say, I had lunch with my coworkers, or I went to a cafe nearby. But describe it. I had a fresh salad and a hot cup of soup, or I ate pasta and talked about weekend plans. Maybe you ate alone. That's okay too. I had lunch alone at my desk and listened to music, or I watched a short video while eating. Food always tells a story. You can say, I tried a new restaurant, or I ordered my favorite sandwich. And if something funny happened, tell it. The waiter brought the wrong meal, but I didn't mind. It actually tasted better. These moments make your English alive. Now, after lunch, the afternoon begins. This part of the day is full of movement. Calls, tasks, little decisions. You can say, I continued working on the project, or I studied for my exams. But again, describe what's inside your mind. I felt tired but focused, or I lost motivation for a while, so I made some tea and kept going. That's how you make English personal, by mixing action and emotion. Around 3 p.m., you can say, I took a short break, or I chatted with a colleague. Maybe you say, I went outside for fresh air, or I made another coffee because my brain needed help. Remember to use time expressions. In the afternoon, around 3, later on, they make your story flow. You can even say, the afternoon went by quickly, or time dragged today. Both are beautiful expressions, one for busy days, one for slow ones. And then evening arrives, the golden part of the day. You can say, I finished work at 6 and felt relieved, or I closed my books and felt proud of myself. Use emotion. I walked home under the pink sky, or the sunset looked like a painting. After work, your day changes pace. Maybe you say, I went grocery shopping, I cooked dinner, I went to the gym, or I met my friends for coffee. You can describe the scene. The restaurant was cozy. The music was soft. The food smelled amazing. Or, if you stayed home, that's beautiful too. I stayed in, cooked something simple, and watched a movie. The secret of good English is to find beauty in small things. The sound of the kettle, the warmth of a meal, the laugh of someone you love. That's not grammar, that's heart. Now let's talk about evening vocabulary. You can say, I relaxed. I unwound after a long day. I caught up on my favorite show. I talked to my family. I cleaned the house. If you are tired, you can say, I was exhausted, or I was drained, or I felt sleepy. But if you were happy, add that too. I was tired but satisfied. I felt peaceful and calm. These small phrases make your English sound mature and real. As the night comes closer, your story slows down. You can say, I took a shower before bed. I read a few pages of a book, or I scrolled on my phone for a bit. We all do that. You can even say, I looked out the window and thought about my day, or I felt grateful for everything, even the small moments. That's how you finish your story with grace, with reflection, not just routine. Now I'll tell you about my day, the real one, from today, because teaching you English isn't just grammar for me, it's sharing pieces of my life. I woke up a little later than usual, around 7:30. The sun was bright and my room felt warm. I lay there for a few minutes, thinking about my schedule. Then I got up, brushed my hair, and made myself a cup of coffee. The smell filled my small kitchen, and I smiled. I sat by the window with my mug and watched people walking outside. An old man walking his dog, 2 kids with backpacks, a woman talking on the phone. Every face had a story I'd never know. After breakfast, I opened my laptop and started working on new podcast ideas. I felt inspired today, maybe because of the sunlight, maybe because of you, my listeners. I made a list. Record, edit, respond to messages, exercise. I love writing to-do lists. They make me feel focused. Around 10, I answered emails. Some were from students asking, how can I speak more confidently? And I smiled. That's why I do this, to help someone find their voice. Around noon, I took a short break. I cooked some rice and vegetables, simple but healthy. I added lemon because life needs a little zest, doesn't it? After lunch, I went for a short walk. The air smelled like rain, even though the sky was blue. I walked slowly, breathing deeply, thinking about how lucky I am to be alive, to speak, to teach. Back home, I recorded a small lesson for tomorrow. My voice sounded calm, and I thought, yes, this is what I was born to do. In the afternoon, I edited audio, cleaned the kitchen, watered my plants, and made some tea. The smell of mint filled the air. Small things make me happy. Around 5, my cat jumped on the table while I was typing. She wanted attention, so I stopped working and played with her. She always reminds me that love doesn't need words. Evening came quietly. I made dinner, pasta with vegetables and a little cheese. I lit a candle, played soft music, and enjoyed every bite. After dinner, I sat on the sofa and watched the sunset through the window. The sky turned orange, then pink, then deep blue. I whispered to myself, "Another day well lived." Later, I called my best friend. We talked about our days, the good parts, the funny mistakes, the dreams we still have. We ended the call with laughter. And now I'm here with you, talking, sharing, teaching. That's how my day ends. Not alone, but connected to people around the world who listen, learn, and feel. You see, my friends, talking about your day isn't just about verbs or tenses. It's about connection to yourself, to others, to the moment. When you describe your day, you give it meaning. You say, "I lived, I tried, I felt." So tonight, before you go to sleep, try this. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and in English, tell yourself your story. Say, "I woke up, I worked, I smiled, I learned, and I loved." That's all you need. No perfection, just truth. My name is Erica, and this was your moment of calm, honest English. Thank you for sharing part of your day with me. Remember, every day is a lesson, and every word you speak is a step forward. Sleep peacefully, my friends. Tomorrow, we begin again with new words, new dreams, and the same beautiful heart.